Twin City Used Cars, 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama, 256-844-2210. Open Monday through Saturday from 8 to 6. Owner Bobby Ledbetter encourages you to come take advantage of his over 30 years of experience in buying and selling amazing vehicles. Incredible inventory, honesty, fairness, reliability. Hey, that's just what you get at Twin City Used Cars. Integrity is a way of life for Bobby Ledbetter in Twin City Used Cars. Check them out on Facebook at Twin City Used Car Sales, the exclusive used car dealership of Kapow Media, Twin City Used Cars.
With over 80 flavors of extra virgin olive oil and balsamics, we know that shopping with us can be a little overwhelming. That's why we take the time to get to know our customers. We get to know their likes, their dislikes, what they like to cook, and what they like to eat. We also get to know their health problems. Knowing our customers allows us to help find the perfect flavors. So what are you waiting for? Come and visit us at 534 Broad Street in downtown Gadsden so we can get to know you.
Trent Thrasher Construction. From idea to completion, we manage it all. At Trent Thrasher Construction, we create spaces big enough to hold your dreams. We believe in the nobility of hard work. That's what sets us apart. We take pride in everything that
Now is a great time to buy a new Team 1 Hyundai. Three of our top-selling vehicles, Tucson, Santa Fe, and Santa Cruz, have 2.99% financing rates. New Team 1 Hyundai Santa Cruz has $2,000 bonus cash. And every new Hyundai comes with America's Best Warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai Assurance, 3 years, 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Don't waste time or money. Come to Team 1 Hyundai, Highway 77 in Rainbow City and save thousands. Or shop online at team1hyundai.com.
So my husband and I decided to open Jasmine's Screw and Cantina here in Gadsden. We already have a business. It's Jasmine's Lopez Agency. So here Gadsden was the best place to open a second business. Exchange Bank made this really, really easy. I thought it was going to be a really hard process, but they were so nice, so sweet, and they explained everything by detail. And as you can see, they helped me make all this possible. It was really easy and they were always there. They were just a phone call away.
Clinic 5 Addiction Recovery. Addiction doesn't look like you think.
My name is Brittany. I'm a person just like you are, except for I am a recovering addict. I found hope and I found healing here at Clinic 5 with the help of the amazing staff and doctors. I see my future bright. I actually see a future now.
Clinic 5 Addiction Recovery. Addiction doesn't look like you think. Call 256-952-2709 or visit us online at clinic5.com.
Hey folks, welcome to the Mayor Joe Taylor Show. Jeff Hunter with J.W. White. What's up, buddy?
And we're not going to change the agenda, Joe. We're not.
Shouldn't. We shouldn't.
Welcome to the show. Oh, wait, it's your show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Way to lead out.
Wow.
He just said it the way he said it.
Oh, better than yesterday.
Boy, was yesterday really? Oh boy,
You're gonna find it's hard to believe.
Okay.
Sometimes I say stuff without thinking.
What?
I know.
He's shocked.
I know.
That just hit me.
It's not like me, is it?
No, not at all.
We'll have to show you that clip.
Same as me. I don't know if it's
it-
out there.
it-
I don't know if it's out there anymore.
It was the most. It was the most.
not.
Yeah, Craig had nothing to do with this one. This was the most Joe Taylor comment I could have ever made.
Okay.
That's true.
It's classic.
And it didn't float. It didn't work.
No,
It actually worked.
Did
Too-
it? Worked too good.
It worked too good.
Hey, let's start off the show real quick. I want you to just speak about Mayor Sue Gladwell.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
God. Yeah.
This city is literally established off of three great mayors. Terry John Calhoun, Mr. Smith, W.R. Smith, and then Mayor Sue Gladwell. And Mayor Sue Gladwell was, without a doubt, just the founding mother of this city. I mean, she was there with Mayor Smith as his city clerk, as really the only employee in Rainbow City for a long time, full-time employee. And she just, she had an ability to see the future, and I know people like to talk about visionaries and those type of things, but my office is a sign of the vision of Mayor Sue Gladwell, that we have a city hall that when it was built, her family said she caught a lot of ridicule over the fact that she was building the Taj Mahal of city halls, and we're now almost 40 years later, and that city hall is right sized for the city. That shows that somebody back in the past saw where we were going, and I think that was Mayor Sue. She I got an opportunity. It was an absolute honor to speak at her funeral, and her daughter Kelly had spoken to me and said, my mom wants the service to be short and sweet. She wants it just to be compact, and so we get up there and I get my opportunity to speak, and I'm in line to do that, and I said, well, if you don't think, Mayor Sue was very strong, very abrupt, but just a precious person. She loved people and met them right where they were, and I got up to speak and I said, well, I think Mayor Sue's getting the last laugh on us right now because she's got an attorney, Jim Turnbach, speaking. She had a politician in me, and then she had a preacher. So do you think that's going to ever get short or sweet? No. It won't do either or.
That's a great joke line, though.
It really is, though. It really is. And she, I just thought that that proves kind of the fact that she was just always Rainbow City. Anita Bedwell said last night she remembers going in, and almost the exact same thing happened to me at the Senate building, but she was at the Capitol, and she walked in, and there was this guy that was working security and kind of one of the hosts of carrying people around for tours, and he said, "Oh, you're from Rainbow City." He said, "How's Mayor Sue?" She was known from Washington all the way back, but she was known by the people that were standing at the door. She loved people, and she got to know them right where they were, and this city will never be able to repay Sue Gladwell. Having a name on a highway is not enough. I mean, we can put it on every building here, and it's still not going to be enough. But I think she's just her legacy will live on in this city forever. And that is a good thing.
It was pretty funny. All the social media posts were, "Hey, is the governor in town? Is the president here?" There's so many, and everybody's like, "No, it's Miss Sue's funeral."
That's right. Yeah, and I immediately put I put together a little team. First asked permission of the family. Will you allow us to do a processional for her? And they were honored that we did. Didn't realize what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I kind of understood that. I know how people feel about her.
Yeah.
But I reached out to our Mayor's Association, to our sheriff, and immediate response was, what do you need? How many cars do you need? And I think it was befitting to her.
She's pretty special.
She was very special. We had fire trucks, and you know, we had state vehicles. We had, you know, our motor patrol unit, which has one of our Rainbow City councilmen riding in it, and you know, and just the professionalism, the way it was carried out. When we came through town, people were out at the front doors of their buildings and businesses, and it was a special day.
Try building City Hall today. What did that cost you?
Oh my goodness, $30 million.
She's still saving you money.
Yeah, she still is, and I think that's the point of everything that she did. You know, she truly could see the future. And it was because she would sit in her office and gather people around her that knew more than she knew.
Smart.
And if you're willing to do that as a leader, you're going to get some home runs.
You had a city council meeting yesterday evening, and you have a couple of promotions that you want to kind of brag on a little bit.
Oh
about.
yeah, we've our police department, Camp Yancey, our chief, he came to me and said, I want to go into a reorganization of our police department, and really just making some span of control decisions. And it was it promotes some guys, and of course it gives them that ability to move up. Everybody wants to move up in their career. Sure. And we have a very, very young police department, and I believe that's our advantage more than it is a detriment to us. But Chief Yancey got together, and he has a testing procedure and carried these guys through a pretty intense testing process, and came up with some really, really cool guys that are got a couple guys moving to lieutenant positions. We've decided, because of honestly what's going on in this world, to put Jordan McCartney back in the SRO program, and he's going to be the lieutenant over our SRO division. Cool. And beginning to divide out or create divisions in our department. We didn't add a lot of people. We've added some people since I've been here, but it's in those specific locations so that we know that we can provide better service. And there's some good guys. You know, I actually got a text from Blake Brown. He's overseas right now. Has been deployed with the military, and Blake sent me a text last night, said I can't wait to get home. You know, and be back. You know, part of the city, and you know that's always good to hear.
How's he doing?
He's doing great.
Good.
He is. He's just excited for it to be over.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But yeah, we just I think being able to hear what both of our police and fire chief, you know, the direction that they're taking their departments is pretty special. You know, our fire department is the most certified fire department in the state of Alabama. They have 19.7 state of Alabama minimum personnel standards through the Alabama Fire College. They have 19.7 courses per man, which, you know, I was a firefighter in the city of Gadsden, a proud member of that fire department, and we were nowhere close to that. And it's and I know you're in that case you're training 115 firefighters versus 30 or so, but it still comes down to those people being involved, loving their careers, and being willing to further their education.
So, Rainbow City Masters tournament.
Yes.
Police versus fire. Who wins that tournament?
Well, I mean, they'll argue that, but you know, I'll have to always follow the fire department. You know,
Camp's got a new driver.
He does, but you know,
that don't mean you can hit it.
You can buy them all day long. I mean, it's
rude.
It really is.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's.
I think it really depends on what sport. You know, you get over into golf. You know, it depends on who gets me.
Oh.
And I have to say it out loud. You know, I mean, they lost Garrett Pentecost, but Garrett went to a corporate job, a good gig. You know,
God bless.
Going to make him some good money and do some things for his family. And when they lost him, they basically lost their whole team. Man. So it's kind of down to, you know, what are we going to go to next? You know,
RBCPD.
Yeah,
that's my money's on them.
Are you on them?
My money's on the police department.
On the police department, really?
Big reason why?
I hate to see you lose that money.
A fireman's never wrote me a speeding ticket.
That's a fact. Okay, I see your angle there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'll work. You know, why not? I think it's weak, but
yeah, it is. And he's always jockeying for an angle. So
you know, straight Bob does sports. The Rice the year of accountability.
Okay, there it is.
I was honest.
Okay,
I was honest.
Yeah, I got you.
Just saying.
Seems fair.
I guess.
I got you, Kent.
You had a
Trent Thrasher's watching.
oh
Hey.
The Trent Thrasher.
What's up, Trent?
That's
Good to
a
know Trent's out there.
Speaking of Trent, why don't we ever talk about the other business very much? I know he's got so many.
Yeah.
The dumpster business.
Rollback.
The
Yeah.
rollback business.
I think he needs to buy some sponsorship on here. We will talk about it.
But not until. Call me later.
Yeah.
Love the mayor.
Yeah.
Love the mayor.
Just trying to work that angle. Jerry just taught me how.
He did. Master class happened up in here.
Just
today.
saying.
I'll tell you that.
So what else happened at the council meeting last night?
We went into executive session. We hate doing that because people don't really understand what that's all about. But we do that to protect the cities and the taxpayer more than
Sure.
anything. We go into the executive session. In last night's case, it was about some real estate opportunity that the city has, and so to keep prices from going up, keep people from becoming competitive against our position, we went into an executive session and made a few decisions in there. Before you go into an executive session by the state law, you have to announce that it is by state law. You have to have an attorney with you present to be able to go into the executive session with you. You leave your city clerk out to maintain the meeting while you're gone, and you go into a room and you state just that we are in here for this, and that's all you can talk about. And it's funny, that is all we talk about. It's almost like we're in there and we've got somebody that's going to be mean to us. But our attorney sits over there. When we get through, we all have to be in agreement as to what we spoke about and what our decision is. And it's kind of wild. It's not anything that's a dark room or whatever. We're just right down the hall, and it's just to protect the interest of the taxpayer.
Well, when that term came out and on an open scale, it was all rendering plant.
Yeah.
So everything Etowah County knows about the executive session is from the rendering plant.
Yeah, and I think that
Can I say that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because I opposed it. So
Yeah, you did openly.
yeah. But I think that it did cause a great divide in the trust level that was given back to municipal leaders, and I hate that because the truth is, if I could go all over this county talking about the different leaders and the different council members and mayors that are doing the right thing, and they're going to do the right thing every time. To argue the integrity or character of Scott Reeves out in Oaks Bluff is insane.
Please.
That guy loves his city. He loves everybody that lives in that city, and he's out there to serve. These positions don't pay enough money. Normally they don't pay enough money for anybody to go out and take this job and not be in a sacrificial position. That's what they're doing. They're sacrificing their lives, their families. I mean, it can be a 80-hour-a-week job, or it can be a 20-hour-a-week job, and for most of it's 100 hours.
Speaking of integrity, how is Mayor Hare?
He's good. Got a chance to spend some time with him this week at the Mayor Summit, or last week at the Mayor Summit, and he looks good. He's doing really well. He said he's recovering really quickly. He was shocked by that. He said, he said there's a couple of things that I can't reach over and pick up. He said, but other than that, he's in good shape. He's got a lot of clarity right now. Well, I think that's a lot of weight off of his shoulders.
Eating at the Hunger Hut to help him get better.
It will.
Right?
It will.
He'll probably get some of them corn nuggets.
Yeah.
So good.
Chris is a great guy. He's another one of those leaders that around here that truly just is all into his city. And when we have, I spoke about at the Mayor Summit about a regional approach to this county. And one of the things we found out during the rendering debacle was that we're the smallest landmass county. Most people didn't know that. It's not something we would normally think about.
I didn't know that.
But our ability to travel from city to city and from one side of this county to the other is pretty special. And but we can take advantage of that as well, and that is to have more of a regional approach. Which has always been deflected in the past, is seen as almost communism or fascism or whatever. The truth is, the fact that I can share, a recycling program with Southside, that's unheard of. Nobody's ever done that around here because they wanted their own. And there's no sense in us all building our own systems when quite honestly we could share over. Mayor Amos up in Sardis, he was at that summit, and he stood up and started talking about just the cooperation, even though they're a very remote city. Most of the cities touch or they're very close to it, and there he was up having a tornado, and ends up having all this destruction in his city, and he was able to call on all of us. And we sent every bit of our equipment from Rainbow City up there to clean the city up. And I know Southside did that. I know Hopes Bluff did it. Scott was one of the organizers of it. And again, I think it's just there's a regional approach up under the layer of politics and ego that we just really need to get down there too.
And there was no convincing. It was without hesitation. You guys should help.
That's right.
That's your instinct, though, from being a firefighter and serving the military. Let's fix.
Let's go handle the problem, get it over with, and then we can go.
Then we worry about pictures later.
Cheeseburger. That's right. Yeah, I'm not big into pictures, but I know what you're saying.
He didn't wear a red T-shirt. Okay.
And gloves. So it was good. Yeah. So hey, you got one of your sponsors watching.
Who was that?
Alex Hudson, GM from Team 100.
That's right.
You saw their inventory.
Alex is a big deal. Yeah, that place is full.
You said that car he drove over here last
week? I did.
Man, was Santa Cruz or Faye?
Faye. I think I don't know.
Man, that thing was nice. That Army, what's it?
Alex is different.
Metal ground.
Alex is different, man.
Hey, talk about you got some exciting things happening this Sunday at Vivian Lee. You've got Coosa Baseball League doing evaluations out there. That is a huge. Coosa baseball is insane.
It is. It's a big deal. There's so many people that they're in our city for Coosa baseball.
Sure.
I mean, we go on the weekends. It's nothing for us to have 5,000 people come in and out of Vivian Maddox Park, and and because of that, it kind of tosses back to us something that we have to do, which is to keep a higher level of maintenance on that area. And we have to watch those fields, make sure they're not overused. And we don't want to destroy our turf, but we've got to give those guys some on-field playing time as well. And, one of the projects that we're doing right now is we're about to relight those fields. At the very end of the season, we had a few bulbs go out. We knew we were going to change out some fixtures, and there were a couple things that happen on Facebook, where people will pop off and say that, we're not doing our job or we're trying to get some kids hurt. There's never any intent to ever hurt a child, not out of this group of people that I work with and this council. That's our number one priority, is to see to the safety of these citizens. Yeah. If we're going to do that with police, I promise you we're going to do that with filling up a pothole that's out on a baseball field. So, we know how to sand out our holes at Vivian Lee, but we've got good field surface, we've got new nets, we've got our fencing where it needs to be, and all that's happened since we came into office. But now we're going to do a new lighting program and go all strictly LED. We're going to do some of that dark sky lighting, make sure that we're not being obtrusive to the neighbors, and we've lit I think 6 fields already. Different fields, and they're mainly practice areas, but we're about to finish up and have every field that we've got taken to LED.
That's huge. That's awesome. So that's why you were looking for your birth certificate. You're going to try to make a team.
I am.
Yeah. I think you can do it.
Home run derby.
I thought I saw you pitching in the Little League World Series a few years ago.
Had to shave my goatee.
Lil Craig's watching. Anything you want to say to Lil Craig?
No, just man, it's good to have him on there. I saw him last night. He's a little bit of a smart aleck, and came over and made fun. Now look,
almost like Uncle Joe.
Yeah, really. I'm trying to step up my game just a little bit, and I'd put on a jacket, and my jacket has a built-in handkerchief. A pocket square. Fancy. And Rachel had bought me several pocket squares, and they just don't fit for me. I don't know if it's because I'm like big and it makes them roll up. It's like the way you band your pants will roll down when you're fat.
Trust me.
Same thing happens with me.
I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
Well, little Craig, he popped off about it at the mayor's summit, and then last night he was at Las Brisas over in Gaston, and he walks over and he's got a napkin sticking out of his Patagonia cool pullover, and I'm done with it.
Oh my God!
I told his wife.
Sorry, we missed that.
Yeah, I said I'm done with your husband. I don't want no part of him anymore.
I think he should put something on the menu in your honor.
I think so
at
too.
Lowbridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. Maybe like some cool sandwich or something.
Let's think about
What would that sandwich be?
I don't know.
Like the Big Joe, it would probably
Big
be.
Joe.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it would probably be, like shredded pork and maybe just a little bit of that slaw they make,
It's good stuff.
and then that barbecue sauce.
And a bushwhacker on the side.
Why not?
I mean, what?
I mean, to Jeff Underwood.
Yeah, that all of a sudden changes it to the Jeff Underwood.
It's a combo kapow platter.
Oh, Kapow combo.
Yeah, kapow
I
combo.
like that with the
That's
with
right.
the Big Joe.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, see, that would be something really, really nice to start out with, and then it ends up really sour.
Yes.
And that's called the Jerry.
I don't know that.
Then it gets kicked off the airways, and we don't know what happened.
You go.
It's on the menu for one day.
So one special. Fix yourself.
Okay.
She says the Beefy Joe.
I
Oh,
like it.
man.
You better, since that's your wife.
Oh gosh. See, and that she's a part of the whole plot, because I'm convinced that she pulled that pocket square out and started that whole thing just so that Craig Injured could say
She
something
sold
to
it.
him.
She sold the.
She did, and
She's
it's
from
not,
talent.
It's not right.
What
She
do you
is,
think?
she's rough.
Yeah, she's liable to use that pocket square to fix your bloody nose.
That's the truth.
'Cause she'll pop off and pop you.
Yeah, that's right. She's rough.
I see you, Rachel. I see you. Let's see, Rainbow City. What's else going on in Rainbow City?
Let
Roads.
me brag on the first lady of Rainbow City.
You better.
I'm gonna tell you that girl. She shows up. She not only is she's a vice president at Teachers Credit Union over commercial, really all the lending, I think, except commercial. She's over mortgages and all the private and personal lending at teachers. And then she's got. We got those kids and got one that's a senior in high school and chasing her around and getting her ready to go off to college, and got one in college right now down at Auburn, and then a son that's deployed over for the military.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she's the chairman or president or whatever of the committee over Big Brothers and Big Sisters, which is just a really, really cool program here in this county. And here in Calhoun County, they're doing some good work, and changing the lives of kids. And
No
she
doubt.
spends a lot of time doing that. Was out late last night at a meeting, getting ready for the first big pickleball tournament that's going to happen in Rainbow City, and it's to help Big Brothers Big
That's
Sisters. So I have to shout out to Rachel, even though she's mean to me. It's elder abuse.
He did say them kids.
He
Yeah,
did
them
say the kids.
That's what Jared and I called them
That's
kids.
right, them kids.
Stuff. So anything else going on in Rainbow City? You had your big ribbon cutting and a big bands. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. And that's
It was great. Wasn't it?
still
Huge
riding the
time.
ripple.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that's starting to happen is that Duncan came out of I joined the EDAA, the Economic Development Association of Alabama, about 3 years ago, and was driving to Gulf Shores to one of their conferences, which is rough, but. And on the way down, a real estate lady calls me and says, "Hey, would you have time to talk to me while you're down here about Rainbow City?" And I said, I'd love to. I really thought she was going to sell me something, but I thought I can give her 10 minutes and then I can get a break away. Well, I get down there and it's bona fide. It's real deal. And we were able to talk about a piece of property that they were particularly looking at here in Rainbow City, and it was for a national brand. I knew that much. She immediately put me under an NDA, and so we just kind of held that position, for a few weeks. And she calls me and she says, "Hey, I'm coming to Rainbow City tomorrow." The next day she shows up. They found a different piece of property, and I was able to put the property owner and her development company together, and the fruit of that labor, which wasn't much, honestly, was Duncan. And so that's an opportunity that doesn't normally just lay down in front of you, but this one did, and it was a very cool thing. But it taught me, something about economic development and how do you grow a city. Well, it's all about relationships,
No doubt.
and finding those connections and being able to talk about your city. You got to know the truth about your city. You can't say your city's growing when it's in decline. You can't say that your city's, in decline when it's actually just stagnant. You've got to find that place and just tell the truth about your city. And and if you've got some bad spots in your city, you've got to be honest about it, and either guide them away or do like we're doing and send your police in that direction, send your fire in that direction, and your street department, and you fix that portion of your city. And I think that's what we've done and done well.
You see what Mr. Bill Taylor says.
Get your elbows off the table, Joe.
Let me tell you something about Bill Taylor. I'll straighten him out too.
Ooh.
Well, your wife says all is fair in love and war, Joe.
She
That's
did
true.
say that.
But that's going to lead to more development, right? Because
it will, because they did buy that whole corner, and the developer, he did that portion for Duncan, but the rest of that is going to be finished out as well. That's why they went ahead and all the infrastructure's in the ground for a fill-in development, and it's going to be it's kind of cool. I've seen the preliminary plans, and it's almost like a little courtyard,
heck yeah,
mini shopping area there.
And the pharmacy's not going away.
No,
before we get bombarded.
They're built out
they're building out
over there.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic. The old Blockbuster. Can we say that?
Yeah,
okay.
And they're putting in a drive-through, first drive-through
that would be
had.
incredible for them.
That's another cornerstone business in Rainbow City is Super B Drugs, and they do a great job.
They're fantastic.
So, anything you can talk about that you're not supposed to talk about? That's our best topics.
Well, we talked about you, so.
That's always on the table.
That's always on the table.
Yeah,
we're doing a lot of things. I mean, we you kind of set your jaw on certain things and say that we're going to go in this direction. And one of the things that our city council has done was decide to build a recreation center. Well, of course, we were post-COVID and during COVID making those decisions, and this is going to be a big catalyst project for the city. But we should have the plans in hand in the next week and a half, 2 weeks from the architect. Now that's going to include architecture, plotting the property, the geotechnical portion, and we're going to be down to hiring a general contractor and start moving some dirt in the spring.
Yeah.
And so we look at that at about a year-long project. So probably this time next year, there's going to be a changed landscape down on Lumley Road and around our schools. It's a very cool time. At the same time that we're coming out of the ground, the Challenger Center will be either right there at us or just a little bit later than us coming out of the ground with the same program of building out and being ready to serve the city and the surrounding area.
So not just lip service, it's actually coming.
It's happening, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's different.
There he goes.
That's all I got.
You see what he does to you.
He does it every
I want
time.
you to remember, I don't do that.
No, you don't. That's one thing I can say.
That's all I got, man.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, Rainbow City, things are happening. It's awesome. I love driving through here and seeing everything happen. Trucks moving in, taking dirt out. I mean, just people. It's crazy. The new development over by 12th Street, all moving the dirt over there, getting that prepared to build houses.
That's right.
Over
Yeah,
here.
that's
Sorry.
right.
You help me.
I'm
directionally challenged. I just love it. I just think it's awesome.
But before
I just got the report from our building department. Right now we have 186 building permits in
that's
place.
incredible.
That's I don't know that we've ever had that. And Heather yesterday morning called me, and Heather doesn't get rattled. She's tough as nails, and Heather said we need to talk.
Heather Hill?
Heather Hill, yeah. Rick's the former police chief, and Rick's the silent partner now, which is kind of wild to hear that. But
silent partner.
Yeah. But Heather, gave me a call and said, "Look, we're wide open, and we need to make a few decisions. So I need to see you today." And so, we were able to solve a couple little minor problems. It's hardly ever an issue. She's just really, really good at her job and push us forward. So,
well, again, I said I was done, but now I'll be officially done with the show.
Okay.
Now's your opportunity to look in that camera, Mr. Mayor,
and
tell your lovely bride how special she is, and wish her a great Valentine.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day, Ray Ray. I appreciate you.
He's being honest.
She knows.
Hand to God.
He told us secretly he would like some more pocket squares. Could you make that happen?
Yeah, can we do that? Like a limited edition capacity?
Limited, coming out like the Yankee blue. And
Yeah, she always brags on the guy that's over the League of Municipalities, Greg Cochran. Greg's the president of the league, and he wears a pocket square at Christmas. That's like a Christmas related pocket square, But I know if I do that, they're just going to all shame me, And I had enough abuse being a redheaded, freckle-faced kid. Poor kid. That I don't really need any more of that. I don't want to end up that way.
Go with the ascot, not the pocket square.
I like the ascot, but my neck's a little thick, so
that's why.
I mean,
the little thin one. It's a thin one.
Do you really?
I mean, don't look like Fred from Scooby. Right?
Yeah,
it's a little different one.
That's it. Yeah, I probably have to wear it a little different.
But the Cat Williams one.
That was strong. That was strong.
Yeah.
The tiger.
The tiger. You gonna go with the anyway?
Sorry,
Rainbow City. It's awesome. Hey, Mayor, thank you as always for coming in and just sharing things all Rainbow City, and we can't wait to see what's going to happen in a couple of weeks. You got things coming off the drawing board that you're going to be able to share before long, and some exciting news, and it's good stuff.
Yeah, we made the decision early on that we weren't going to. We're not going to announce until we have it 100%. And if you could have it a little more than 100%, we would do that. But
unheard of.
When we put a shovel in the ground, it's going to build out. That's right. That's our intent. So we're going to go in that direction. People still being mean on. I don't watch my phone that way. Somebody doesn't hook me because I know they will.
Because you'll go off.
I will.
I think he likes the abuse though. Sometimes
I do.
I think he likes an opportunity to abuse.
Right. He draws them in. That's what you do.
What he's
you
doing.
lure them in.
Military intelligence.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Get your enemy close, and you can just pounce on them.
That's it.
So stay close, stay clean. Rainbow City, we love you.